the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart. In my heart I have but one desire, and that one is you. No other will do. I've lost all ambition for worldly acclaim. I just want to be the one you love. And with your admission that you feel the same, I'll have reached the goal I'm dreaming of. Believe.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Table Spot. My name is Metal Mike, and I am joined here tonight, as always, with the Sin City Wolf himself, Sean, and our special guest for the evening, Sammy, is here with us tonight on The Table Spot. Lady, gentleman, how you doing?
Good. I got my baby on my shirt. I'm ready to go, just like Sammy's got hers on her shirt.
I'm great. How are you?
I feel kind of bad because, like, I'm just wearing my generic black tank top that I always wear. You know, you catch me every Sunday night or Wednesday night or something, and I'm always wearing this thing. It gets washed. Just to let you know, it does get washed.
I hope so.
It does end up in the wash basket, every 2 days. So I don't wear it like 8 days in a row and then throw it in there. Like, it gets washed. I'm not freaking dirty, but I'm always wearing this. The thing is it's so real quick before we get into things. It is like 90 degrees in my house. Okay? Like where you guys are, it's warm. It's nice and warm, sunny out. You guys get a nice breeze at nighttime. It's beautiful. No, here in Pennsylvania, it is freaking 20 degrees outside. 20 degrees. So in our house, it is 90.
Sounds like a you problem, bro.
I don't miss that weather.
I don't control the heat, though. My parents do. So, like, and they're up there. They're 65 years old. So, they get colder easier. And I'm like, God, it's fucking hot in this room. It's hot in here. I have my windows open and a window fan in. Like, yeah. Like, I have to flip back and forth by turning my fan in and out and then closing my window opening because it gets cold and it's hot and it's cold and it's hot. It's ridiculous. But anyways, let's get into it. Let's get into the thing that happened last night. WWE Survivor Series War Games. Now, here's the thing is last night, I didn't get to watch it live. So I stayed off social media literally for 18 hours straight. No social media. Because I didn't want to get spoiled.
You know you would have too if you did.
Oh, I know instantly I would have, especially for what happened at the end. But here's the thing is the moment that show ended, I was like, we got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. Oh, we got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Oh.
We didn't only get the return of Randy Orton, but we got the return of CM Punk in the WWE.
And
We said Randy.
R-Truth.
I said, oh yeah, we got.
Oh.
That's right. We got R-Truth during a Ruffles promotional thing.
I know. I was not expecting that.
That was a good point. I actually, you know what? I wrote that down in my notes too. But you beat me too, which is okay.
Oh,
I'm cool with it. No, I'm cool with it. Don't say sorry. I'm cool with it. No worries. But Yeah, we did get our truth. And that's the thing is you see him all over social media. You know, you see him on TikTok doing TikTok lives and everything like that. And you ask that question like, dude, where are you? When are you coming back? Now, I watch his lives. He's been focusing a lot on his music stuff. You know, had his new album come out not too long ago. But now, maybe he's back. Maybe he's not. But that was a cool little interaction. You know, that little segment was pretty cool. It was pretty funny. It was.
Maybe do you think, hey, I'm still here? You know, like he may not be on TV, but he's still there behind the scenes.
So, and Sammy, I see that you are being graced with the presence of Randy Orton behind you. That is awesome.
I had to bring him tonight.
I would love to interview him if he'd give me the chance.
Yeah, he said maybe.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Randy. Appreciate it, bud. You guys are coming to Pennsylvania December 2nd, so just let me know. You'll be 5 minutes from my house. We can go to a coffee shop or something.
Oh, Raw's going to you guys?
Huh?
You guys are gonna go to Raw?
No. So WWE Live event is coming on Saturday, December 2nd. It's just a house show.
Hey, that's still something.
Yeah. Oh, the house shows here are amazing. We literally the arena we have here sells out almost every time they come here.
We'll probably get him too.
So I haven't looked to see if we are getting him because obviously he just came back last night. But we are getting, I believe we are getting Cody, we're getting Jay, we're getting McIntyre, we're getting LA Knight, we're getting Bianca Belair. Like we're getting a lineup. We are getting a lineup.
Raw and SmackDown.
Fucking Punk too.
So maybe you might be right. But that's one of my questions. Let's get into this. CM Punk returns last night, right after the men's War Game match, and we're going to get into all the matches. We will talk about all the matches and everything like that. We will get into it because this show is solely focused on Survivor Series War Games. What happened last night? Our thoughts. We're going to reveal what our records were from last night between me, Cam, and Sean for our predictions. And we're going to give our thoughts on what we feel is going to happen moving forward because the landscape changed. That landscape changed. The drop of a dime. Just because of 2 people returning. I'm sorry, Sammy. 3 people returning. Okay. But mainly 2 with CM Punk and Randy Orton. But what's up, Tommy? I know you do. I know you do. You don't know. You know what? You don't hate me. You love me. Just don't be sad. Don't cry. I got tissues for you, buddy. But we'll save that talk for next Sunday morning. On Red Zone, 11 a.m. You know where to find me, Tommy. This is wrestling. My first question is, guys, how much do you think CM Punk is going to be involved? How much? Do you think we're just going to see him on televised events? Are we just going to see him do PLEs? I mean, we're going to get him on Raw Monday night.
Okay.
Logan Paul.
I care fucking less. I wish Cam was here because I'm talking a whole bunch of shit on CM Punk right now because that man, I've said it before, that man's the biggest hypocrite in fucking wrestling. He's the biggest hypocrite in wrestling. Man says he goes 7 years, 8, 9 with AEW talking shit nonstop about WWE, saying he'll never go back. He had that promo with MJF when MJF packs his shit still leaves, he's still going to be there in AEW. Look what happened. Now man comes walking back into WWE as the biggest fucking hypocrite in the world.
But Sean, do you think he would have made more of an impact in Impact? No pun intended. Do you think he would have made more of an impact in Impact or coming back to WWE?
He would have made more impact being a stay-at-home fucking husband. You know what?
Okay. So
I'd rather have AJ Lee back. And then
I understand you're not happy about this. But
half the roster last night's not happy about it.
Oh, I know. Believe me. The moment I seen everything happened, I was on social media for like an hour straight, reading up on things, seeing videos, all that stuff. Believe me, I seen it. But let's do this for a second. Let's take the not happy part, throw it away. Now pretend that you're happy about CM Punk being in wrestling still. Do you feel like he would have been better off making an impact in Impact? Or do you think he's going to make more of an impact in WWE?
I can't even pretend. I really don't like this man. I really don't.
Okay.
I can't pretend. He could have made an impact in fucking WoW for all I care about. You know, women in wrestling. He could have made an impact in that struggling ass NWA. But
Sammy,
whatever.
I don't
Sammy,
have a problem with CM Punk.
do you feel like he's going to make more of an impact in WWE, or do you think he would have made more of an impact in Impact?
I think he's going to have a bigger impact in WWE, but he's never been in TNA, has he?
No. Well, yeah, he was earlier in his career. He was there.
Oh, okay, he has. Then WWE then, absolutely, because of what happened last night. Like, he already had impact on a couple of wrestlers last night, and the whole crowd was cheering him on. He just walked out at the very end. So I think it's going to be good. They had more. That Randy came back. CM came back. R-Truth came back. So now they have more people that are better challengers for the like Roman, Seth, like people like that. They have more people to challenge them that can actually beat them. I think.
I'll say this: the crowd number one. I mean, it's obvious they were in Chicago. He was going to get a pop. That was not, and they had CM Punk chants going almost that whole event. Every match, you heard CM Punk chants. Even at the beginning of the men's War Game match, heavy CM Punk chants. So it's obvious that the crowd, they wanted him. Now, before I get into my thought on this, my second question: who do you think got a bigger pop, Randy or Punk?
You're not gonna be biased. I feel like Randy did.
Sean?
Like when he came out.
Sean?
Unfortunately, it was CM Punk. It's his hometown, a rabid ass crowd. Fucking, it wasn't fair to Randy that they did that. Like, no, that it wasn't fair to Randy that they fucking like someone. I forgot who said it, but I think it was one of the dirt sheets or one of like a former wrestler or something. Having CM Punk come out right after Cody's first War Games win and Randy's return kind of just overshadowed everything, and it's not fair to them.
I'll say this.
Why they did it though. Sorry, I didn't say why they had him come out last night out of all nights because of it being in Chicago and being a pay-per-view. But I'm being biased. I still think it was Randy had the biggest pop.
I will say this. If I had to pick who got the bigger pop, the more natural pop had to be Randy. It was a natural pop. Even though they were expecting him, it was more of a natural pop. Because CM Punk, people were expecting it. It was almost like, okay, if we get CM Punk, we're automatically going to be happy about this. We're going to cheer. This place is going to the roof is going to go flying off the building. You know, Randy got the more natural pop. Even though we knew a week ahead of time that Randy was coming back, he got the more natural pop. I feel. And I'm a CM Punk fan. I am. Am I happy about a lot of the stuff that he has done in the past couple years? No. I'm not happy about it. But
I give CM Punk 3 to 6 months before he fucks up again.
And now is going to be my next question: was how long do you think this lasts? Sean, we said 6 months. Sammy, your thoughts? 6 months? 8 months?
No, I think it'd be a little bit. I think he's older now. Maybe he'll be smart enough. Like, you can't really go back to AEW and after WWE and go back to Impact afterwards. I think he's gonna be smart. I think he'll last a lot longer than 6 months. Maybe the whole contract. Who knows?
I mean, until we find out how long his contract is. I mean, I didn't get any statistic on how long his contract is. It's something that I definitely want to see. And I mean, I know we'll obviously, okay, we did get it in the chat. it's a 3-year contract, 3-year deal.
Last off 3 years.
He's not lasting 3 years.
But here's the thing: that seems to be the obvious, because wasn't it a 3-year deal in AEW?
Yeah, and he didn't even last 3 years.
So we did get it. We did.
When did he come back? 2020?
2021.
2020. Okay,
it was the second or third episode of Rampage, I think it was. Yeah. He came back pretty early in the Rampage era. What was that?
He only lasted 3 episodes of AEW?
No. No, he only lasted 2 years in AEW, 21, 22, and then he left in 23. So, okay, debut episode of Rampage. I know I was around that area of Rampage, but we don't even know the truth on what actually happened because of Meltzer's involvement with AEW, TYB. And then, yeah, we got the 3-year and the debut episode of Rampage. So, I'll say this. His deal with AEW, I think, was around like a 3-year deal. Obviously, he only lasted 2. Realistically, only lasted like a year and a half because of being out with injury, and then everything that happened the first time around, and now this stuff with Jungle Boy happened. Like, I will say this: if the heat between him and Seth are true, because I read somewhere where like this is just Seth trying to bring back like kayfabe moment of like, I have heat with him, but realistically he doesn't. Like, I'm hearing different things. And again, as I always say, I don't always believe everything I read, because some of it can be bull. You know what I mean? So, but if it is real, I would have to say like 6-8 months. Okay. I agree with Sean around the 6 to 8 month mark. I don't see it lasting the three years. Now, if he makes amends with people and builds up his bridges with whoever he burnt bridges with, then maybe he learned from the stuff he went through in AEW and is trying to clean up whatever stuff he burned down. On my opinion, I think he would have made a bigger impact going to Impact, because there's new faces there, people he's never seen. I think with Impact going back to TNA in 2024 would have been fitting too, because TNA, they're hitting the reset button in a sense. I don't know too much about storyline hitting the reset button, but as a company name and kind of cleaning off the umbrella and saying Impact gone, TNA back, new faces. I mean, just think of the matches you could have had in TNA. Mike Bailey, Josh Alexander. You know, he could have had a lot of great matches in TNA as well. I was hoping he would have went to TNA. I was excited to see him last night. Well, not last night, but when I watched it today, I was excited to see him. But hopefully he proves us wrong and lasts a little longer than he did in AEW. And we don't get the same outcome and ending that he's had in the past with both WWE and AEW. I will say this. Pitchers do tend to have many meanings. Did you guys see the picture with Triple H? Your thoughts on that picture?
What picture?
So Triple H and CM Punk took a picture backstage, shaking hands, smiling. Had the biggest geeky smiles on their faces. Almost like one of those ha ha ha, we got you kind of smiles. So if you can find it, Sammy, check it out.
It is on Twitter, you said?
It's on Twitter, it's on Facebook, it's on Instagram, it's all over the place. Just like everything else. It is all over the place. Sean, did you see the picture?
Yes, I saw the picture.
And your thoughts on it?
I wish it was just a fake Photoshop picture. I wish it was.
I thought the same thing the first time I looked at it.
I wish CM Punk was just a fucking fever dream coming back. I wish it was.
Al, thank you for coming in tonight. We appreciate you coming in. Al said he captioned it. Hell has frozen over.
I hope he gets booed out the building on Monday.
Well, I believe they're in Chicago on Monday as well.
No,
I think
they're
it's a
in
full
Nashville.
weekend thing.
Oh,
they're in
that's
Nashville. Okay.
Yeah.
That is it. That is the picture.
That's the picture. Yeah, he
Yep.
put what he wrote. Mighty cold day in hell.
So pictures do say 1,000 words,
And
1,000
he's
meanings.
generally like happy. He's like not happy. He's like happy to have him back. I feel like in that picture.
But it's almost like they have shit-eating grin on their faces. Like, ha ha, motherfuckers.
CM Punk definitely does.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we just took the biggest shot to the head to AEW. Oh, like.
But can I tell you, CM Punk looks good though. I'm not gonna lie. I was like,
So
okay,
Bill and I are trying to figure out money for tickets to go. That would be awesome if you get to Monday Night Raw. That would be.
He actually looks really good. I'm not gonna lie.
And that's the other thing that I've seen. People making comments like, oh, you go back to 2021, his return in AEW, he was thin and now he's all bulked up. Okay, so he still does like his MMA training and stuff. Of course he's gonna bulk up. I mean, it's not like he gained weight in a bad way.
No, not at all.
He bulked up. Like, so what? There's so many things and so many comments that are going to be made in the next couple days surrounding him. And it's going to be pretty interesting to see what comments come across. So Al says, if anybody wants to buy them tickets, I wouldn't say no. LOL, she got smiley faces crying. So if anybody wants to buy Al and Will tickets for Monday Night Raw on Monday in Tennessee, don't hesitate. They will take them. So, all right, guys, let's get into the thick of things. Let's get into the event itself. Okay, we kick things off with the women's war game match, where we had Becky Lynch. I can't talk today, guys. My voice is kind of hoarse. It's not hurting or anything like that. I mean, this is the aftermath of screaming at a concert all night. Becky Lynch, Shotzi, Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair taking on Bayley, Io Sky, Kairi Sane, and Asuka of Damage Control. Now, the one thing that bothered me about this is this was one of those promotional matches where we've seen the whole Ruffles thing. I was like, why are they doing this again? For the women's war game, why? That bothered me. I will say that. Just had to get that out of the way. But Dakota Kai showed up a little bit into the match and helped Bayley get Becky out of the from doing the disarmor. A couple highlights from this match. Flair, I'll say this. Charlotte Flair seemed to be a little all over the place in this match in my eyes. Or no, that wasn't even that. She did seem all over the place, but I wrote down Flairs are all over the place, meaning we got a Flair in WWE. We got a Flair in AEW. Where's the Flair going to show up next? But maybe we'll get a Flair in TNA in the next couple years. You never know. But a couple cool moments we had. We had Io Sky do the whole trash can off the top of the cage move, and a lot of cool things happened in this match. But ultimately, Becky Lynch ends up hitting the manhandle slam on Bayley through a table, getting the win for her team, and Becky, Shotzi, Bianca, and Charlotte end up winning women's war game. So first off, your guys, and Sammy, let's start with you. Your thoughts on the women's war game match?
I loved it. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was really good. It showed off like Shotzi. She is a great fucking wrestler. Like she was showing off all the moves, her hype. She was on the top rope half the time, doing all those DNTs and all that. So I enjoyed it. I loved it. And at the end, you see not Bianca. You see Becky and Charlotte like hugging and everything. Like I thought it was great. I enjoyed it. For the first match, it really opened up. It made it amazing. And I said that earlier too with Sean. So I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this. It was really cool to see Becky and Charlotte finally, come together. Something we haven't seen them do in a long time. I actually made a prediction for this match that I thought Kyrie, Asuka, and Io were going to turn on Bailey at one point in this match and kind of have their own group going. And then we see the four horsewomen or three parts of the four horsewomen come back together and we get somewhat of a 6-woman tag match somewhere down the road. Maybe like a WrestleMania match or something. But, that would take away Io defending her women's championship at Mania then. But that was my prediction. It didn't happen. Maybe it might happen coming up on Raw somewhere in the future. Don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, it was really cool to see Becky and Charlotte come back together. And again, maybe we'll see them working together somewhere down the future. Al said best match on the card last night. It was a great match. It was. Sean, your thoughts on this match? Women's War Game.
Dumbass finish. Stupid finish. You have the top 3 dominant women out of Japan in a faction together. You have Bailey, you have Dakota Kai, you have the strong faction, only to lose to this bullshit that we've been having this whole 10 plus years of the fucking 4 horsewomen. Like, it's so fucking overdone already. Like, you had Becky and Charlotte steal the fucking spotlight the whole time, fucking finally hugging and making up. Like, y'all could have done that at the fucking press conference, like, or some shit. Like,
they did.
It's bullshit. Like, I'm so done with this 4 horsewoman crap. I like Becky, don't get me wrong, but I'm so done with it. It should have been Damage Control's time. It should have been their time to prove that they're a dominant faction. And then the fucking the dissension where they kick out Bailey could have happened because they don't need her. They're a dominant faction without Bailey. That could have been the catalyst to be like, we don't need Bailey. But no, it's all about Becky. It's all about Charlotte. You barely got to see Bianca in the match. Shotzi was just doing whatever. Like, Shotzi's being Shotzi, being amazing. It was only used to, put the spotlight on Becky and Charlotte, and Charlotte doesn't need any more fucking spotlight. Like, for me, the match was like a 3-star match.
Sammy, what would you give this match? Rating 3 to 5 or 1 to 5?
1 to 5. I think I said 4. I think I said 4.5 for this match. I thought it was really great. It was one of the, besides the men's, because I'm biased, I thought it was the women's. It was the second greatest match.
So Al said that this turn will happen tomorrow night because Bailey took the pin. I can highly agree with it. Like I said, it was a prediction that I made. I would like to see Kyrie, Asuka, and Io become a faction of their own. They don't need to be Damage Control. They don't need to be in that group with Damage Control. I understand Io was in Damage Control originally, but I would also like to see Dakota Kai, once she comes back, break out on her own. I would. I think it's time for Dakota to actually get her opportunity to move up. I mean, I know right now Rhea's been like the dominant, but why not get Dakota Kai and Io Sky? Why not? Get Dakota Kai to climb that mountain, maybe somewhere down the road, like a Money in the Bank, win the Money in the Bank briefcase and take advantage that way. I don't know. Even go as far as maybe winning a women's Royal Rumble. Something for Dakota Kai. I'm a fan of Dakota Kai. I'm a huge fan of Dakota Kai. I would like to see her get up that ladder and break out on her own instead of being in a group. Because like we even seen it in NXT. She was with Raquel towards the end of her stint in NXT. And then she comes into the main roster and she's in it there too. Like, we did not truly get to see Dakota Kai on her own, basically as a heel. The moment she turned heel at the War Games match, 2 years ago, before getting called up, we've seen her with people all the time. This is almost like my theory and my talk about with Chris Jericho in AEW. We see Chris Jericho in groups all the time. Let's see him on his own for once. I know we've seen him on his own in WCW and WWE, but let's see him on his own in AEW. You know, but hopefully that turn does happen on Monday night, and we get the group of Io Asuka and Kairi Sane. So, I definitely give this match a 4 out of 5. I will definitely give it because this was a really, really good match. A lot of great moments in this match. A lot of exciting moments in this match. And yeah, definitely a 4 out of 5. Like we talked about, we got the backstage segment. We've seen the return of R-Truth. Just wanted to make a note of that. That's awesome. Hopefully R-Truth is sticking around. Hopefully we see more of R-Truth. You know, I wouldn't mind seeing R-Truth get one more opportunity to become a champion. Even as a tag team champion, I wouldn't care. I mean, the guy's been doing this so long. I think it would be cool to see R-Truth get that moment, even as a tag team champion. Your guys' thoughts on R-Truth's return? What do you think?
I love it.
I miss him.
Definitely.
R-Truth is one return I'm happy about.
Our next match was the Intercontinental Championship match. We had Gunther taking on The Miz, defending his Intercontinental title. Now, we know The Miz's career. The Miz has had a great career. 20 years in the business, 20 years in WWE. And Gunther has been on a now 534-day Intercontinental Championship reign. Now, I see a smile on Sean's face. I see a frown on Sammy's face. So, Sean, with that smile on your face, your thoughts on this match? You're great on this match.
Everybody, and I mean everybody I know, Sammy can vouch for this, I know, was saying The Miz was winning. Everybody but Mikey P and I were saying that The Miz was winning. And you never bet against Daring General Gunther. And to the marks coming at me on Twitter saying, oh, you hate Roman's reign because it's long and blah, blah, blah. For one, I never liked Roman outside of the Shield. 2, Gunther's reign is a lot better because 1, it hasn't been 3 years. 2, the man motherfucking shows up and defends his title. And 3, I saw a statistic, right? Hulk Hogan had that 3-year historic reign, which they're trying to beat, right? Mm-hmm. This man, Hulk Hogan, you know how many times he defended his world title? Over 400 times. Roman Reigns, it was like what, 11, 12 times?
Roman has defended his title.
Well, just this year. I'm talking about in a year span, they said.
Year? Well, you think he defended it, I believe, at Rumble. He defended it at Mania. And then he didn't defend it again until SummerSlam. And then he didn't defend it again until last month. So 3, maybe 4 times this year. And that's counting house shows.
So how is your tribal chief a lot better than Gunther, huh? Like, Gunther shows up, has fucking amazing matches, puts on bangers. Miz did fucking fantastic. I'll give Miz that. I actually respect the Miz. Like, I don't hate the Miz, but against Gunther, that man was not going to win. That man is not going to win. Gunther's either going to drop the title at Royal Rumble to set him up for the Royal Rumble win and go on to WrestleMania, unless fucking CM Punk is the opportunity. And then if CM Punk is the opportunity, then he'll drop it at WrestleMania, the Intercontinental title.
Okay, Sam, before you get into this, just real quick, hold on. Sean, CM Punk is not going after the Intercontinental Championship.
No, I'm talking about the World Heavyweight title.
World title, okay, yeah.
CM
Punk will get a shot at the world title. Mostly going to happen at Mania. I'm sorry, I was listening, I was paying attention, but at the same time, I was writing. So I do know how to do 2 things at once, but I was writing at the same time.
And that's my little rant and happiness. You know, just remember, never bet against the Ring General.
So, Sammy, before you get into this real quick. Sean, here's the difference between Roman Reigns and Gunther. Gunther he's not a newcomer, but he is a newcomer. Yes, he defends the Intercontinental Championship almost every event. He's been champion for 534 days, puts on great matches. He has the working man's title that is in WWE right now, which is the Intercontinental Championship. We know the Intercontinental Championship is the next stepping stone to a world title, and that is if you show up and defend the Intercontinental Championship to the success level they expect you to defend the Intercontinental Championship to. Gunther has proven that. Here's the thing with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has worked himself up to being a special attraction just like Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's special attraction. We don't need to see Roman Reigns, nor do we need to see Brock Lesnar, or didn't need to see Brock Lesnar every time because they are special attractions. Roman Reigns has worked himself up to that. Also, you got to think, Roman Reigns has health issues. It gets to the point where he cannot be there all the time. And also, they are building what is to be their most successful and longest storyline they have built in probably WWE history. And it is doing nothing but bringing numbers next to what Cody Rhodes brings in. And we are building ultimately to the fact of Cody and Roman. So they have to have Roman have the belt so that way Cody can finish his story. And now they have put it to the fact where we are getting back on track with Cody taking on Roman at WrestleMania. Why? Because we got CM Punk back, and we are probably going to get CM Punk and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Gunther is going to be the Intercontinental Champion going into WrestleMania. He probably will not lose it at WrestleMania. We will probably see Gunther hold this championship for another year, until next WrestleMania, WrestleMania 41, where we will probably get Gunther and CM Punk, or we will get Gunther and Seth Rollins, and then Gunther can be crowned as the world champion then. But right now, Gunther is in the spot he needs to be in. It would be too soon for him to drop the Intercontinental Championship, yet it would be too soon for him to become world champion because it would not resonate right now. Why? Because you got Seth Rollins, you got Cody Rhodes, you got Jey Uso, you got Roman Reigns, you got Jimmy Uso, you got Solo Sikoa, you got Kevin Owens, you got Sami Zayn, you got Randy Orton, you got CM Punk. Shall I go on with the men that are actually spotlighting right now where Gunther will be working?
Two rebuttals. First rebuttal, special attractions don't need world titles. Undertaker didn't need a world title when he became a special attraction.
I agree with that.
Second rebuttal,
yeah,
Bash at Berlin this next year. Bash at Berlin. Great time to have your world champion be Gunther.
No, too soon. Way too soon. As a fan, and this isn't me trying to be like a tell you. This is what I think. This isn't me trying to overstep you or anything like this. This is me being a fan in my eyes, okay? By all means, your vision is Gunther winning the world title. I disagree with you as a fan. I think it's too soon for him. I think he needs to keep the Intercontinental title and work his way up even more. 534 more days. Fuck it. Let's have him hold that championship for 1,200 days. Let's have him set a new record for somebody to have to work their way up to that because Gunther has been nothing but fucking amazing. Hell, let's see him take on Sheamus at WrestleMania. And if anybody's going to take that title off of him, it would be Sheamus. So that way Sheamus can get his Grand Slam championship. But if it is not Sheamus, then they can work their way up to finding somebody else to take that championship off Gunther. And right now, the closest person to doing so, he already beat last night.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Chad Gable.
No. I'm sorry, but I am not on the Chad Gable bandwagon. Chad Gable is Intercontinental Champion. Give me a fucking break. No.
Shush.
With that being said, Sammy, your thoughts on The Miz?
Before Sammy goes, sorry, Sammy, one more time. 4-star match.
You got it. I'm with you on that. I give it a 4-star. Now, Sammy, the floor is yours. I'm sorry. I had to go on that because I had that. I had that motor going, and I knew what I was going to get from this man. I knew what I was going to get from him, and it was loaded and ready to go. So, Sammy,
good.
Floor is yours.
Obviously, I don't like Gunther. We all know this. The Miz should have won because I want him to beat Chris Jericho's record for the IC championship. I think he needs to win it, 1 or 2 more times, I think?
2 more times.
2 more times? So
no, I think he has to win it 1 more to tie, but 2 more to beat it. 2 more to beat.
Yeah. And I really wanted that to happen because the Miz deserves it. Miz has been there forever. He's given his whole life for WWE. He's always there. And I just don't like Gunther. And if they want to set Gunther for the championship, then have him drop it and give just that deserves it. And then, obviously, within the next pay-per-view happens, let Gunther win it again or something like that. I just don't like Gunther. The match was good. There's a couple of times when I thought the Miz really was going to have it when he gave the low blow at the end. And then he did his finisher. I really thought the Miz had he was going to win, and then he kicked out, and then he did the fucking what's that move called? It's like the Wall of Jericho, pretty much what he did. That's what it's called.
Yep, Gunther ended up getting Miz to tap out, win this match by submission. A lot of great moments in this match too. I mean, the Miz tried to pull a fast one twice. He went low twice. Hey, ref wasn't looking. Is what it is. You know, the other thing about Gunther, too, Sean, is the fact Gunther is starting to get into that record-breaking thing. Like we just mentioned, you know, if the Miz were to win, he would tie Chris Jericho's reign. But they also put out the other stats of with all the Miz's reigns as the Intercontinental Champion, Gunther is only a few days away, 50 days away from surpassing the Miz's reigns as champion altogether.
Yep.
You got to think that leads us in past Royal Rumble, maybe past Elimination Chamber or at Elimination Chamber. I didn't get to really look at what the exact date would be, but he is getting to those record-setting and record-breaking times. He has brought the Intercontinental Championship back to relevancy. That is the one great thing that Gunther has done. Why take away that championship from him now or even in the next 6 to 8 months when they can take stars like, even though I'm not with it, Chad Gable. You can take stars like him and advance them by putting them up against Gunther.
Let me put something wild out there. If you don't like Chad Gable, you know who should take it then?
Don't say Otis. Please don't say Otis. Because I'm a fan of Otis, but not Otis.
No. Please. Look at my little dance. Akira Tozawa.
Oh, God.
Oh, my gosh.
Summer, what did I get myself into tonight? She don't give a shit. She's sleeping. Jeez. Akira Tozawa.
Hey, that man's been the most entertaining part of Raw when the fucking Alpha Academy has been on, okay?
But he would ruin the Intercontinental title. He would put the Intercontinental title back to before Gunther got it. Granted, Ricochet was a good Intercontinental champion before Gunther beat him for it. I was happy that Ricochet had it. I was. Would I like to see Ricochet do it again somewhere down the road? Yes, I would. I'm a fan of Ricochet's. But that's what Gunther is doing right now. And it's stuff that he can do, is build superstars that got to get to that next level. And there's a lot of them on that roster. Like an Austin Theory, a JD McDonough, hell, even Dominic. You know, Dominic's been North American champion. You get him to the Intercontinental title rankings. You know, if they surpass Damian Priest and have him unsuccessfully cash in his briefcase, you could put Damian Priest in that area of becoming Intercontinental champion. If they turn around and say, hey, we don't want Priest as the world champion, we don't really see it happening, you know. And obviously, us as fans, we want to see Priest win the championship. We want to see him successfully cash that briefcase in. I do at least, and I know other fans do, but I don't know about you guys.
Well, you know what would be the greatest night ever? The greatest night ever. CM Punk was the World Heavyweight title. Immediately, Damian Priest successfully cashes in and wins the world title from CM Punk. That way, I can shove it in the fucking CM Punk's fans' faces, like, oh, your boy got his world title, but then my boy Priest came in and cashed in. Fuck you, Punk fans.
No, I don't like that because
I was about to ask Sammy, is that something you would like to see Damian Priest
no,
cash in on
because
CM
Seth is
Punk?
going to lose the title. So no, that's not something I would not like to see. So no, Roman can lose it, but not Seth. Because if anyone's going to beat Seth, it'd be Randy, so that's okay.
I think I would be happier seeing Damian Priest cash in on a Seth Rollins than I would a CM Punk.